Exercise 6.1, question number 4. The question is, prove by vector method that the diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other at right angles. Okay. So look at here, OACB be a rhombus. Let me consider let OACB. I am taking it as means OA means we can consider as A vector, OB means we can consider as B vector. For that one also, I am taking this one as OACB. OACB be a rhombus. Okay. So here OA vector equal to A vector and OB vector equal to B vector we are considering. Our aim is to prove the diagonals OC and AB bisect each other at right angle. Okay. So first right angle means our aim is to prove OC dot AB equal to 0 as like the previous three sums. We are using the scalar product. The scalar product is 0. Then the angle is 90 degree. And once again bisect means our aim is to prove midpoint of OC is equal to midpoint of AB. Okay. Now consider this triangle OCA. This triangle. Okay. Okay. So OC vector equal to OA vector plus AC vector. So that is A vector plus B vector. Okay. OC vector equal to A vector plus B vector. Similarly, AB vector means again head and tail rule, or you can use this concept. Consider this triangle AOB. AB vector equal to AO vector plus OB vector. OA vector is A vector. AO means opposite direction. So it is minus A vector plus B vector. So OC dot AB equal to B plus A into B minus A. So B square minus A square, A vector square. So rhombus, all the sides are equal. So all the sides are equal, it becomes 0. So therefore the angle is, they cut at right angle. They cut at right angle. One more thing, our aim is to prove the midpoint of OC is equal to midpoint of AB. So midpoint of OC. So what we are getting? A plus B, OC is A plus B. Midpoint means divided by 2. So A plus B by 2. Okay. So midpoint of AB. So what is midpoint of AB? So AB is already, look at here. Midpoint of AB. So it is position vector A plus B by 2. The same thing. So midpoint of OC is equal to midpoint of AB. Therefore, the diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other at right angle. Conclude the answer. Conclude your answer. Final one. Using vector method, prove that if the diagonals of a parallelogram are equal, then it is a rectangle. Okay. So take a parallelogram. Okay. Take a parallelogram ABCD. So AC and BD are the diagonals. Okay. So mark down the directions. Okay. So here AB equal to DC. Similarly, BC equal to AD because opposite sides are equal in a parallelogram. Okay. So now consider AC and BD. AC vector equal to AB plus BC triangle law. Consider this triangle ABC. AB plus BC. Okay. And similarly BD vector. Take this triangle BDC. So BD vector equal to BC vector plus CD vector. Okay. AB and DC are equal, but here CD. Okay. So CD means opposite direction. So instead of CD we can put minus AB. Okay. Minus AB. So now in this problem, given that the diagonals are equal, so diagonals are equal means AC is equal to modulus of AC square equal to modulus of BD square. So what is AC? B vector BC plus AB the whole square equal to BC minus AB the whole square. Okay. So ordinary A plus B the whole square expansion. Magnitude of BC square plus AB square, okay, plus 2BC dot AB, okay, dot product. Similarly, BC vector square plus AB vector square minus 2BC dot AB. So these things are cancelled. We change the side, we are getting 4 times BC dot AB equal to 0 or AB vector dot BC vector equal to 0. So AB vector dot BC vector 0, that means angle B equal to 90 degree. If a parallelogram, one of the angle is 90 degree, then ABCD is a rectangle. That is our aim. Okay. So one angle 90 means all other also 90 degrees. So ABCD is a rectangle. That is the proof of the question number 5. Question number 6. The question is, prove by vector method that the area of the quadrilateral having AC and BD as the diagonals is half into modulus of AB cross AC cross BD. So modulus means it is the area. First we can find out the vector area of the quadrilateral. There is a difference between the two. So the vector area of the parallel quadrilateral is nothing but the vector area of the triangle ABC and the vector area of the triangle ACD. So look at the triangle ABC. If the area and the next triangle ACD, if we sum up both the things, we get the area of the quadrilateral. So area of the triangle ABC is nothing but half into AB cross AC, adjacent side. Similarly, area of the triangle ACD is nothing but AC cross AD, two adjacent sides. Okay. So if we interchange the cross product, okay, we get a negative sign. Okay, plus half into AC cross AD. So using the distributive property, we can take AC outside. So AC into, okay, AC cross. So what is that? Here minus AB plus AD. Okay, half into AC cross, we can write it as BA. Minus AB can be written as BA plus AD. Okay. So look at the diagram. BA plus AD. BA plus AD, according to the triangle law, it is becomes BD. So half into AC cross BD. So we are finding out the vector area. So ordinary area of the quadrilateral, LAT or AL, quadrilateral is half into modulus of AC cross BD. That is our aim to prove. This is the answer. Okay, student. Now the same exercise 6.1, question number 7. The question is, prove by vector method that the area of the parallelograms with the same base and between same parallels are equal in area. So let me draw the diagram. Suppose it is the base AB, so another parallel, so parallel line. So consider this one. So first one ABC, okay. So ABCD is a parallelogram Okay, another one A, B, C dash, D dash. So consider this. This is the condition given in the question. There are two parallelograms with the same base between same parallels. So A, B, C, D is the first parallelogram. A, B, C dash, D dash is the second parallelogram. Our aim is to prove both the area are equal. So now we can find out the vector area of the parallelogram A, B, C, D. Vector area of the parallelogram ABCD equal to, we know that it is just the cross product of two adjacent sides. Okay, so it is AB cross AD, AB cross AD. So AB cross, so look at the diagram, this triangle ADD dash, take this triangle, in this triangle use the triangular law, AD is equal to AD dash plus DD dash. So AD dash plus D dash D. So AD is equal to, AD vector is equal to AD dash plus D dash D vector. Okay, so use the distributive property, AB vector cross AD dash vector plus AB vector plus D dash D vector, sorry not plus, cross. So look at the diagram, AB D dash are parallel, cross product of parallel vector. Okay, cross product of parallel vector or same vector is 0. Dot product means it is 1. Here cross product of same vector, it is 0. So AB vector cross AD dash vector, it is 0. So it is nothing but vector area of the parallelogram A, B, C dash, D dash. That is our aim. Student, question number 8 in exercise 6.1. The question is, if G is the centroid of the triangle ABC, then prove that area of the triangle GAP is equal to area of the triangle GBC is equal to area of the triangle GCA is equal to 1 by 3 times area of the triangle ABC. So take a triangle ABC. Okay, so now G is the centroid of the triangle ABC. Okay, if G is the centroid of the triangle ABC, then we know the result, OG vector equal to OA vector plus OB vector plus OC vector by 3. We know that centroid formula. Okay, now find out area of triangle GAB. So it is nothing but half into, so two adjacent sides. Okay, so AB cross, what is that, AG, AB cross AG. If you consider vector area means no need to put the modulus. If you are writing out the area means you have to put the modulus, no problem. Okay, sorry, AB cross AG. Okay, so half into AB cross, what is AG? OG minus OA, head and tail rule, OG minus OA. So half into magnitude of AB cross, what is OG? OA plus OB plus OC by 3. OA plus OB plus OC by 3 minus OA. So half into or 1 by 3 into 1 by 2 into AB cross take the LCM, 3 minus 3 OA plus OA, it becomes minus 2 OA. So OB plus OC minus 2 OA. Okay. So just divide into 2 minus OA minus OA. Okay, 1 by 3 into 1 by 2 magnitude of AB cross, take it into 2, OB minus OA. Okay, similarly plus OC minus OA. So 1 by 3 into 1 by 2 AB cross OB minus OA, head and tail rule. So it is AB vector. Okay, OB minus OA, it is AB vector. OC minus OA, it is AC vector. Okay, again it is 1 by 3 into 1 by 2 magnitude of AB cross AB is 0. We are getting AB cross AC. Okay, so 1 by 3 into area of triangle ABC. So it is nothing but area of the triangle ABC. Okay, similarly the same thing, the same proof for the second and third one. So for example, CBC means you can take this triangle CBC. Okay, the area means it is BC cross CG, BC cross GC, the same kind of proof that we are getting the same result. Obviously the third one, area of the triangle CGA means, look, take this triangle, area of the triangle GCA means you can take it as, okay, first one GAB, we can take it as AB cross AG. Similarly here CA cross CG, CA cross GC, again apply the same principle, we are getting the same answer. It is a part, I am only first part I proved, remaining for the second and third, use the same concept, we are getting the same answer. Not half, 1 by 3 times area of the triangle ABC. Okay. Okay, we have 4 important formula in trigonometry: sin alpha plus beta, sin alpha minus beta, cos alpha plus beta, cos alpha minus beta. So the 4 things we can also prove that using vector method. So 2 questions are present in the examples, 2 questions are present in the exercise, I think 9 and 10 in the exercise. Example 6. I think 44 and 6.45 maybe. Okay, so alpha minus, it may be sin alpha minus b or called cos alpha minus beta, both the same diagram, same consideration. Listen, it is alpha minus beta, it may be sin or cos. First, all the basic things are the same. So alpha minus beta means let A cap equal to OA vector and B vector equal to OB vector. Assume both are the unit vectors and A cap making an angle alpha and B cap making an angle beta with the positive x-axis. That is a basic assumption. It may be sin alpha minus beta or cos alpha minus beta. I think example number 6.5, not 6.5, and it is exercise question number 9. Both are alpha minus beta, both the things same consideration. So now draw a perpendicular A to x-axis and the meeting point is L. Consider triangle OAL. So it is a right angle triangle. Okay, and angle is alpha. So what is cos alpha? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. So OL by OA. Okay, so what is OL? We don't know. So OL equal to OA into cos alpha. So OL vector equal to OA vector into cos alpha. Okay, so apply modulus on both sides. OL vector modulus equal to modulus of OA into cos alpha. So OA is a unit vector, their magnitude is 1. So OL vector, the magnitude of OL is cos alpha. So this magnitude, this length is OL. Similarly, we can find out sin alpha. Okay, sin alpha equal to opposite side by adjacent side, that is AL by OA. So obviously we are getting the magnitude of AL vector is equal to sin alpha. So AL by OA. So we are getting the same magnitude of AL equal to sin alpha. So this point is nothing but cos alpha comma sin alpha. Similarly, the angle is beta, so it is cos beta comma sin beta. We are getting these 2 points A and B. So now OA, so our A cap equal to, so the component vectors on the x axis I vector and j vector. So it is cos alpha I plus sin alpha j. Similarly, B cap equal to cos beta I plus sin beta j. So our aim is to prove cos alpha minus beta equal to cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta. So ordinary dot product A cap dot B cap equal to ordinary formula modulus of A magnitude of B into cos, what is the angle between A cap and B cap? This is the angle alpha minus beta. So magnitude of A and B both are unit vectors, their magnitude is 1. So we are getting cos alpha minus beta, take it as 1. So it is by definition. Then by ordinary multiplication, already told you, multiply the same components. So cos alpha into cos beta, I dot I is 1. Similarly, plus sin alpha into sin beta, j dot j 1. So from 1 and 2, okay, so cos alpha minus beta equal to cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta. The same thing for sin alpha minus beta. So imagine the dot product cos is present, cross product sin is present. Listen one thing, my dear students. For cos, it may be cos alpha plus beta or alpha minus beta, use dot product. Sin alpha plus beta, sin alpha minus beta, use cross product, don't change that one. And alpha minus beta means consider both on the positive side of x axis, okay, or better in the first quadrant. Alpha plus beta means take that first vector and OB and the first quadrant, OA and the fourth quadrant, or vice versa. You can take it as one in the first quadrant, another one in the fourth quadrant. We can get the answer easily. The same diagram, same construction, we can use it for sin alpha minus beta, example 6.5. The same thing, instead of dot product, we have to use cross product, okay. So according to the definition, so A cross B is modulus of A, magnitude of B, sin the same angle alpha minus beta. So what is the vector which is perpendicular to both? Here we have n cap. Here what is the vector perpendicular to both I and j? So it is nothing but k. So we are getting sin, not A cross B, we have to put B cross A, okay. Then only we are getting modulus of A, sin. If we put A, B cross A, then only we are getting I cross J, K. Suppose if we put A cross B, here we have to put minus K. Once again, I am repeating, students. If we found out B cross A, then only we are getting modulus of B, modulus of A. So we are getting in the cyclic order, I cross J becomes K. If we take it as A cross B, it becomes J cross I. It is minus K, okay. So don't forget this one. So alpha minus beta K. So 1. Again B cross A. So first I am explained for question number 9. Now it is the same thing for example 6.5. Basic diagram and the construction are the same. Okay. Instead of cos alpha minus beta means use dot product. Sin alpha minus beta means use cross product. In this also you can use B cross A. B cross A only. I cross A we are getting K. A cross B means we have to put minus K. Don't forget. So use the determine method. I, J, K. What is the component? B component. Cos beta, sin beta 0, cos alpha, sin alpha 0. So expand with respect to this third column. Okay. So K vector into, so cross product sin alpha cos beta minus cos alpha sin beta. Take it as 2. From 1 and 2, two vectors are equal, then their magnitudes are equal. Don't cross K vector, it is meaningless. Two vectors are equal, then their magnitudes are equal. Here the magnitude is sin alpha minus beta. Here the magnitude is sin alpha cos beta minus cos alpha sin beta. So they are equal. So we are getting sin alpha minus beta equal to sin alpha cos beta minus cos alpha sin beta. So we can solve both the sums using the same diagram. Cos alpha minus beta, sin alpha minus beta.